Greetings VC, and I'm jumping on another thread, and this one has been set by Dave at MFidelity to celebrate his first year anniversary doing videos and the vinyl community. The theme of this one is a tribute to London. So Dave has sort of selected 5 questions or themes to show an album of. The first one is an album song title or song lyric that mentions London, and I'm going with a song title, and it is "Werewolves of London" by, of course, Warren Zevon, which was released originally as a sort of single in 1978. Well, and on an album. This is really timely because I picked this up only about 3 weeks ago or a couple of 3 weeks ago in a online sale, and so it just arrived as this cropped up. So it was the most obvious one. It was there looking at me, this is just a best of. It's what's it called? A Quiet Normal Life, the best of Warren Zevon, and I find it quite interesting. Obviously, this is really the first one. And he's known for collaborating, with a lot of different artists. So, for example, Hindu Love Gods with REM, slightly later than this, obviously. On this track, I didn't realise it until I got this. The rhythm section is actually Fleetwood Mac, literally Mick Fleetwood on drums and John McVie on the bass. So and it's great, obviously. London is in the title. It's also in the lyrics. Also mentions Mayfair and so on. So, second question: live album or track which was recorded in London. And I'm going with, and there are so many. I've got loads and loads. There's a lot which were recorded at the old Hammersmith Odeon back in the day. This was recorded in 2003. At the Forum in North London. I think it's Kentish town, and it is the Flaming Lips, and live at the Forum, London, UK, January 22nd in 2003. This was only actually released a couple of years ago as part of their 20th anniversary celebration. So, but it was recorded back in 2003, and I saw them. On this on this tour, a week or so later than this, I saw them in Birmingham, and this is my original T-shirt from the concert I went to. Totally bonkers, absolutely brilliant. But you can see there Wayne Coyne on the back. He's got his frog glove puppet, and you can't see him on here, but on stage are. Loads of people dressed in animal costumes all across the back, they were balmy, but absolutely brilliant. And it was such an experience. It's the first concert I went to with my wife, Marion, and they were supported by British Sea Power at the time, who had just released their first album, and they were bonkers as well. They were all dressed up in First World War army costumes and went walking through the crowd, because it wasn't actually that crowd, it wasn't that heaving, with the drummer with a huge one of those military band bass drums strapped to his front, and they went marching through the audience, handing out twigs to people. Yeah, I know, total nuts, but a brilliant concert. And I saw them. Well, I saw them several times after this, but they sort of did another Yoshimi reprise tour in 2023, and I saw them at what it's called something different now, something Apollo, but what was the old Hammersmith Odeon up there in Kentish town. And so we come to the third question. So we're halfway through now, in the middle. And it's an album song title or song lyric that mentions London. And I'm going with The Jam and A Bomb, that's A as in atomic bomb, A Bomb in Wardour Street. This is their third. This was the first one I got, and this is my original copy. And it's got the round all on the label, and yeah, absolutely brilliant album. This is where they're sort of like, they were quite punky up before this. This is really as they moved into the sort of post-punk world, and really started to hit it big. A Bomb and Wardour Street is the penultimate track on side 2, and the final track, it precedes the magnificent Down in the Tube Station at Midnight, which is also a London connection. They're not actually Londoners, but they come from Surrey, which isn't like too far away. And Wardour Street is in Soho, of course, and there it is on the map. So we come to number 4, and this is an album cover that was photographed in London. Now, a few months ago, I did a couple of videos which I called Where in the World, and they were basically looking at a sort of iconic album cover, photograph, a photograph cover, which was set in a particular place. And on my video, I sort of then went, just slightly quizzy, but then sort of honed in on where that was taken. And funnily enough, there don't seem to be a huge number of covers shot in London, though obviously more than I've actually got. They're all very iconic. So I wanted to, I did 5 or 6 in those 2 videos, and I'll put, if you haven't seen it and you want to see it, I'll put a link at the end of in the closing credits of the video to go and have a look at that. So I didn't want to do any that I'd done before, so I've chosen this one, and of course it is the Beatles. This is their Blue album, the later period compilation, and the building they are in here is EMI House. This was a sort of 50s or 60s tower block. It's been, office block. It's long been demolished. It was in Manchester Square, which is sort of in the Marylebone area of the city, and they're in the atrium basically, and they went there first of all as very young men, and then the photo is repeated later on as they're in their more hippie stage. So and there you go. So here is where it is on the map. And finally, we have an album, a song title, or a song lyric that mentions an area, neighbourhood, or landmark in London. And it's slightly controversial, possibly. I'm going with The Battle of Epping Forest, which of course was released on Selling England by the Pound by Genesis, released in 1973. And this is their 5th album, and to many people their best. It's sort of a close second for me after Foxtrot. So already Epping Forest. Now, I know there are lots of people, particularly Londoners and people from southeast England, saying, hang on a minute, Epping Forest is in Essex, not London. And I'll come to that in a minute. So park that for a minute. But I'm going to explain why it's London in a second. So Epping Forest, this is, that's an area of sort of northeast London, right on the edge of London. And it does what it says. It's a forested area. And this battle, it was on here, this fictitious battle was sort of gangsters and so on, and it's typical Genesis of this period. They tell stories, and most of these songs have a sort of storyline to them, and that's the case here. And such a magnificent record. And this is my original copy from 1973 with the famous Charisma label on it, the Mad Hatter label. Now, Epping Forest. So here it is on a map. Here's sort of like this part of London on a map. And you can sort of see that actually most of it, there's a tiny bit which is within Greater London at the southern edge of it. And the sort of, the rest of it is geographically in Essex. But Epping Forest is actually owned and run by the corporation of the City of London. And the City of London, of course, is the square mile, the financial district, the old part with, well, with lots of new modern skyscrapers in it. But they actually own Epping Forest and manage it. So that to me makes it part of London. So there you go. So there you go. Don't forget to go and have a look at Dave's MFidelity channel and subscribe and so on. And if you haven't subscribed to mine, please do. You click on that side, I think, the little round thing, and then here's the link to to my Where in the World video if you're interested in going to have a look at that. There's two of them, so I'll put the second one on link on the back of the first one. So I'm rabbiting on again. Thanks for watching. Cheers.